you so much. Thank you so much. Our dignitaries led by our CS Ministry of Youth, Sports and the Arts, Bwana Ababu Namwamba, thank you so much. Sasha Mutai, Kenya Rugby Union President. Thank you so much, Peter Druitt, High Performance Manager, Rugby Africa.
Namibia 21 points to 18 to win that year's Barthes Cup, and with it qualified for the World Rugby Under-20 trophy. We'll just see the Kenyans posing for a group photo in their home strip of red and black. In 2022, Namibia defeated Kenya by 16 points to 5 to reach the final, but they however lost to Zimbabwe. And the lining up for Namibia: Brockman, Karsten, Kotzi, Charonda, Lindmet, Minyoy, Ferris, lost by the captain, Kotzi, Koopman, Haroeb, Hawanga, Van Rensburg, Stein, and Klazen. Starting for Kenya, we do have Ngazi, Odwor, Chacha, Shikoli, Etale, Kipsang, the captain, Kuta, Asanga, Wainaina, Wambugu, Wanga, Masega, Wamalwa, Odhiambo, and Juma. Replacements: Schroeder, Hasselman, Shuya, Quinn, Salomon Maritz, Hasselman, Kinan January, and Trump for Namibia. For Kenya, Otieno Makaya, Kisingu, Omondi, Otondi, Omondi, Obwanga, and Claude. We are looking forward to a great 80 minutes of rugby. My name is Michael Kwambo, and I am alongside Charles Cardovillis.
Thank you, Michael. And it goes helpful for anything to go by the emotion, from the players, from the fans, from everyone here. It's going to be a contest, one to savor. It's Kenya to kick off.
Certainly, and kicking off for the Kenyans will be their number 10, Eddie Wambugu. Had a great game against Uganda. Remember Kenya reaching the semi-final with a 44-20 win over Uganda, while Namibia were made to fight for that 2012 win over Zambia. And the kickoff here at the Nyayo National Stadium, the ball was high and hanging, lost by the Namibians. This is Kipsang, the captain, into the Namibian 22. An early attack from the Kenyans. Ball carried by Odwor. Wainaina looking to release his players. That is Shikoli, plays his rugby for the Strathmore Leos in the Kenya Cup League. Wainaina bringing in Kuta, but he is driven back by furious defense from the Namibians. Wainaina looks left, looking for support. Not the best of deliveries. The Kenyans on the back foot slightly. This is fancy pass from Wambugu, and that is Chacha Masega. The Mwamba RFC man goes to the floor, and the penalty early on. Frenetic start, Charlie.
Yes, Kenya showing their intent early on, coming in all guns blazing. And the big man from Namibia taking in a knock to the head there, Nati Van Rensburg. From his opposite center, Chacha Masega. It's dangerous there, so the ref, it was a knock to the head, so the ref stops the game, just so that he can get checked. World Rugby very persistent about that. Any head injuries in the game will come to a stop. But Kenya starting very well there. Namibia not gathering that kick, the kickoff. Rensburg is back to his feet. And Kenya will be presented the ball. First scrum of the day.
Good.
Where the forwards can test themselves.
Center referee just having a word with the Namibian captain, Joe Konya Lospa. Tournament Dr. James Ondege just going through the HIA with the Namibian number 13, Nati Van Rensburg.
He's probably insisting that he needs to come off the field of play and get tested. And the Namibians would not want this. Disrupt and having to get a replacement on early while the test is done. Rensburg insisting to the referee that it wasn't a knock to the head but to the shoulder. Consultation still going on. The Namibian medical team on the field also.
So after prolonged consultation, referee Ayman Jirji allowing Nati van Rensburg back onto the field of play. Will be a scrum down, a scrum feed.
Just feel that both sides would want to settle in quite fast in this game to get the upper hand. Otherwise, just like we saw in the previous game, we start to pile on the points, it becomes a struggle to catch up.
This is Wainaina with the scrum feed for the Kenyans. Looks for that ball. Will be looking to play in the support players. This is Wambugu, slicing run from the Kenya number 10. Carrying the ball forward. Wainaina again finds support in the form of his captain, Laben Kipsang. Wainaina. James Sasanga plays his rugby for the South Coast Pirates in Ukunda on the Kenyan South Coast. Kenyans driving forward. Wainaina bringing in Shikoli. Shikoli was a busybody in the game against Uganda. Faran Juma, Wambugu, Mike Wamalwa, big run from the center. It is kept alive. Victor Odhiambo. The Kenyans camping on the Namibia 5. Statement of intent. Without the game's opening try, there was a big carry from Gaylord Ngasi. The Namibians at 6s and 7s. The Kenyans are throwing everything they have at them. But these are early moments yet. Raymond Tata, the latest ball carrier for the Kenyans. This is Juma, plays it out wide. The ball is lost. It's on the floor, but retained by Juma, atoning for his earlier error. Commitment from the Kenyans, swarming at the Namibians like bees. Ball taken forward by Ido Kuta. Shikoli loses that ball. It is Namibia driving forward. Can they work something from deep inside their half? The tackle's coming through. The Namibian number 11, Manfred Garoeb, is marshaled out into touch.
Wow, wow, wow. That has been breathless in the first 5 minutes. Kenya really playing some fast-flowing rugby, taking the ball end to end, trying to breach that Namibian defense that stood really, really strong. And Namibians able to capitalize on a mistake from Kenya and making a foray into the Kenyan half of their own before their winger was eventually taken into touch. And it's a line out for Kenya.
Certainly, and the line out will be taken by Mike Odwar. Claimed in the air by Eugene Etale. And this is Gaylord Ngasi again. Drives forward. Wambugu with the kick downfield. Just looking to force the Namibians to turn. The bounce is unfavorable. The Kenyans are swarming at the Namibians. William Klazen was able to evade his markers. Doesn't find touch. Instead, it is Wambugu. Was that the wisest of ideas from the Kenyan number 10? Ayman Jirji, the referee, watching the proceedings closely. James Sasanga looking to find the floor. He drives forward. The resistance is being led by Joe Losper. Wambugu, the territorial kick. The chase is on from Victor Odhiambo. Namibia fielding the ball, 9 possession. Manfred Garoeb with the kick downfield. Only into the waiting arms of Wambugu. Silky feet from the Kenyan fly half. He was getting away. Was it not for that desperate tackle from the Namibian number 12, Owen Hawanga? The penalty advantage is with the hosts, Kenya.
Wow, Wambugu, you can see from the first minutes his intention is to get the ball down to the Namibia half. And forcing some mistakes there from Namibia. And now Kenya have an opportunity to attack. Just outside the Namibian 22, attacking line out for Kenya. And let's see if this time they can go a step further and cross that white line.
overcast skies here at the Nyayo National Stadium as Michael Dwar is sure without line of throw. Well, he isn't. Wasn't straight. Ayman Jirji.
It's not what Kenya wanted, just when they sort of felt to have the ascendancy. Mistake at the set piece. Critical. Namibia now have a chance to get out of their own half.
Remember, Namibia made it to this stage with a 2012 win over Zambia, while Kenya defeated neighbors and East African rivals Uganda 44-20. The winner of this game will play Zimbabwe in Sunday's final. Zimbabwe rolled over Tunisia moments ago, winning that game 60 points to 6. We're heading into the 10th minute, and it is the Namibians asking questions of the Kenyans. Handling error there.
Kenya lucky to get out of jail there. Referee calling an offside. And Kenya get another chance to attack this Namibian defense.
That'd be Eddie Wambugu looking for territory, which he does.
Michael Dwar will be looking to improve on that line out. Definitely something that we really need to improve in this part of the world, on the continent, if we want to compete with the superpowers of rugby.
Definitely, you have to get your set pieces right. And as we spoke about that, I think the commentator's curse struck. Well, the handling error by the Namibians, they had stolen that ball from the line out. It will be a Kenyan feed at the scrum down. It was a frenetic 5 or so opening minutes.
Yes, if they can keep up this momentum, I don't know, this tempo. Be interesting to see which team tires first, but the Kenyans would want to keep it that way. Playing at altitude, playing at home with the crowd behind their backs. They need to keep the ball moving and keep these the heavy boys from Namibia moving across the park.
This is Wainaina with the feed. The Kenyans are driving the Namibians forward, looking to enter the Namibian 22. Wainaina. That was Juma. Delivered the ball on the tackle. You can see the pressure from the Namibians on defense. But the Kenyans equally committed there. That was the tackle on Nati van Rensburg into touch. Ayman Jirji will be calling for the first handling error.
The Namibians not afraid to run from their own half, taking the ball out wide. Rensburg just there running out of space and getting knocked out into touch. And Kenya get a third line out, and hopefully Michael Dwar, Kenya's number 2, can get it right this time.
And both sides packing some heavyweights in their squad. For Kenya, Gaylord Ngasi was an absolute terror to the Ugandans on Saturday, running straight at them. Got a good return, touching down twice. There was also Wycliffe Ogutu, who caused problems for the Ugandans. For Namibia, well, lost by the captain, always someone to lead from the front. Big number 8, one of the upcoming crop of Namibian talent that we are going to see over the next few years.
We see Nati van Rensburg, who took a knock earlier on, coming off the pitch. And coming on is Keenan January in his place. I guess he wasn't fit enough to continue, or they're just having a check. We'll get back to you and confirm that.
That is Armand Kotsi, plays it back to his fullback, Willem Klaasen. Big kick downfield, doesn't find touch. Well, the mark was called. This is Faran Juma bringing in his support players. Ido Kuta finding himself in a spot of bother. He finds the floor. He has numbers arriving. It's just outside the Kenyan 22. Eddie Wambugu. The exit play is executed. And the handling error on the Namibians.
Well, he had a look there. Was planning what to do just before he caught that ball and knocked it on.
That was Ethan Koopman, who was unable to field that ball from his opposite number, Eddie Wambugu. The skies threatened to open up once again at the Nyayo National Stadium. It has been that kind of day. It has been hot, it has been cold, it has been sunny and windy, of course peppered with some rain.
Well, I believe the Kenyans would want it to stay dry, pretty much suit their style of play.
Indeed, they get a free kick from another Namibian indiscretion. This is Wainaina Shikoli, as the clouds literally opening up here at the National Stadium. Raymond Chacha, a big carry from the big man. Wainaina, the ball had been stolen.
Referee calls a forward pass there, but he was playing advantage. And Kenya getting out of jail there. And let's see what they decide this time. Half penalty to Kenya. Wambugu with the ball.
Gaylord Ngasi was over eager with that one, unable to field it. Sure, he was already targeting his opponent. Not really focused on fielding that ball, but you have to give it to the Namibians, applying the pressure that causes the Kenyans to rush their passes. You always want to do that on defense.
First 15 minutes of this game, and Kenya have been camped in the Namibian half. We just hope they don't come to rue all these missed chances and all the territory they've enjoyed so far.
AFD, TVMS, and the wall
With the scrum feed, plays it to Koopman. Big boot downfield. And again, the handling errors on both sides. Both sets of players have been unable to field the high balls, even though the referee lets this one play. There's a big hit on the Kenya number 8, James Asanga, as the Namibians force the turnover. We'll be looking to make something out of this. This is Ray Ferris, goes to the floor. Kotsi arriving. This is Charonda. Kotsi again. This is looking promising from the Namibians. The Kenyans committing men into the tackle. The caught offside and will be a penalty to the Namibians. And it is surely from a straightforward position from which you'd rather go for goal. So what do they call for? The kicking tee, or will they be looking for territory?
Well, it's the first time we've seen Namibia put some sort of attack together, and they're able to catch the Kenyans there indisciplined, and they have a chance to get the 3 points. It's just between the 10-yard and the 22-meter line. Pretty straightforward. It'll be Koopman with the kick, looking to put Namibia ahead in this contest.
And the kick from Koopman breaks the stalemate here at the National Stadium. It is Namibia taking the lead. Played about 16 minutes here at the National Stadium in Nairobi. There's Namibia leading Kenya by 3 points to 0, courtesy of the boot of Ethan Koopman.
Well, Kenya will just need to now try and get back into Namibia's half and execute a little better. Kenya with the restart, this time Namibia gather. Kotse takes it out. And down to Klazen, who kicks it down. Faran Juma with a kick, looking for some grass. But it's well gathered there by Klazan. And Kotze clears.
That's why Naina was looking to chase his own kick as he kicked away territory there. This is Lodowicus Carsten. Penalty count against the Kenyans beginning to rise after a solid start. Approaching the halfway mark in the first half. It is Namibia leading by 3 points to 0 against Kenya. Remember, these two sides met in the semi-final of the same competition last year at this very venue. Namibia with the 16-5 victory.
Just some of that fire that the Kenyans began with in the first 15 minutes is seeming to sort of wilt down, and the Namibians slowly getting back into the game, and they now have another chance from a line out on Kenya's 22 to test this Kenyan defense. The Namibians definitely will fancy their 8 men in the forwards. For face value, looking much heavier than the Kenyans.
They obviously will be looking to use that advantage as well. Well, they fluffed that one. The tackle's coming in thick and fast. Surely is a boiler room down there. It's hard to believe that we used to play this game once upon a time.
Yes, sometimes I just cringe imagining that's what we put our bodies through.
In the meantime, the penalty decision goes the way of the hosts, Kenya, in the red and black strip.
That tempo I was talking about earlier on, Michael, was sort of slowed down, which is expected. 20th minute. I guess the teams were just getting a feel of each other, nerves. Now we can all settle down and they can start playing some rugby. A game that's had very high expectations. Should fit the billing.
Well, Mbugu, that's Shikoli, and again that final delivery from the Kenyans, probably a tad too anxious. They just need to compose themselves, but you have to give credit to the Namibians as well. They are holding firm, they are rushing the Kenyans into those rushed passes.
Yes, rush passes it is, just trying to force that last pass when it's just not necessary. Just need to keep that ball, be a little bit more patient, and just move the Namibians from side to side, and the gaps will finally come. So again, this gives Namibia a chance with ball in hand to try and poke holes in this Kenyan defense. Namibia number 9, Kotze with the ball, with the put in. Strong feed. That's Koopman. Puts the ball up, nice and high. Kenya come out on that one on top, being able to squeeze the Namibians again out of play for yet another line out, Michael.
Yet another line out, but the execution on both sides has been wanting. That is the Kenya head coach, Curtis Olago, cuts the figure of an anxious man.
You won't be too pleased with what you've seen today. You know, he's the sort of coach who sort of expects excellence from his side. And so far, set piece has not really been going well for Kenya. And they get another penalty and a chance to get closer to Namibia's try line.
That's a big kick from Eddie Wambugu. Excites the crowd here at the Nyayo National Stadium. The question is, can Kenya be efficient from this line out? than Kipsang, the Kenyan captain, just marshalling his troops. As you can see, Ryan Della up, former Namibia international, and his consultant Peter Druitt following proceedings from the Namibian booth. And again, lack of composure by the Kenyans sees them cede possession, and a free kick is awarded to the Namibians, obviously just looking to ease the pressure that is coming from their opponents. The kick downfield from Ethan Koopman is finally fielded by Raphael Wanga. Searching run from Raphael Wanga, goes to the floor. Wainaina, Wambugu, Chacha. This is Wainaina attacking down that left channel. That was Ido Kuta just getting into an arm wrestle. Gaylord Ngasi loses possession as he goes into contact. His protection of the ball as he went into contact was wanting. But the Kenyans have forced a turnover. Kipsang. This is Kuta taking on his man as he goes to the floor. Kenyans huffing and puffing, but yet to blow down the Namibian house. Wambugu with the change of direction. The Kenyans have been busy, but very little ground gained.
Kenyans not seem to be able to get over the advantage line there. Just moving side to side, very lateral rugby. Namibian defense has stood strong, but a little bit of indiscipline creeped in there, and Kenya win the penalty. And Wambungu this time opts to go for the 3 points. 25 minutes gone at the Nyayo National Stadium. Rugby Afrique Barthes Under 20 Cup. It's Namibia 3, Kenya 0. Wambugu looking to change that.
That was a big kick from Wambugu, but it isn't accurate. The scores remaining 3-0 here at the Nyayo National Stadium. Namibia with the slight lead. This is a closer contest of a semi-final than the first one, but still we have all of 54 minutes to play. It could turn out to be different.
Well, Kenya missed another opportunity to get some points on the board. As the referee calls for a water break, Namibia will be the happier side at the moment. Kenya not being able to capitalize on their chances.
Just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Namibia
to
leading 3-0.
We are pleased to have each and every one of you right here for match day 2, a special occasion. Kenya under 20 side taking on Namibia. In the final game of match day 2, we've had 3 games go before this one. Zimbabwe booking a ticket for the final, which will be played this coming Sunday, right here at the Nyayo National Stadium. So wherever you're seated, mark your calendars, mark your dates. Make a date with us right here. Sunday, the final of the 2023 and the 20 the best trophy. Proudly hosted and brought to you courtesy of the Kenya Rugby Union in conjunction with Rugby Africa. The current score of this game is Namibia
Y254. Imagine.
Yo, what's up my people, ni Kendralbis.
Mambo vipi? My name is Kalandu Musimi.
Nasema kila Jumatatu.
Right here on Y254. This is Y Mashariki Live.
Na kisha kwamba tunakupa burudani ya muziki ya kizazi kipya, and the one and two ambaye anasababisha yote ni DJ Tieska.
And of course kwenye dondoo tunakupa all the entertaining news from Dar to Kampala hadi hapa Nairobi.
Usicheze mbali na kitenza mbali.
See ya.
Yeah.
There's no better way to start your morning other than waking up to some great conversation with your favorite morning gang only on Y in the Morning.
Seeing myself on TV and just watching a really young person on television that made me want to be on television.
We cover and bring you the very best of TV programming, from political discussions, mantuk, entrepreneurship. We shine the light on sport and tech with a fantastic segment on entertainment.
If you're creative and you want to start, I'd say diversify, be on multiple platforms.
It's a whole new world of great conversations, fanfare, and laughter to kickstart your morning. Life can be handful with its ups and downs, highs and lows.
I went to now for the dowry negotiation.
Yes.
The dad refused me to go to their home.
We give a voice to teach.
When somebody says, I do, basically at this point is when now the real you begins to come out.
Inspire.
You know, like I had totally lost it.
Stories that inspire you to greatness.
And the voice of God spoke to me, and I knew that that was the voice of God, and God told me, I'm calling you to ministry.
Right.
I was like, what?
Yes. It's all about achievement, picking yourself up and making a difference.
Kabidi nisome na nikaanza kuwa namba 15, namba 8, namba 3 na nikakuwa nambari 1 na nikaenda University of Nairobi.
It's a discussion you should never miss right here on The Nest.
Y254. Imagine.
Take from Kenya, who then concede a penalty for having their hands in the ruck. And let's see what Namibia decide to do here. Koopman, who put Namibia ahead earlier on with a penalty kick. And it looks like they'll be going for the 3 points again.
Certainly this is what you want to do when you're playing in a knockout competition. You want to take any opportunity to get points on the board, and that is what they're doing. You don't want to be chasing the scoreline in this kind of game.
Yes, most definitely, and Namibia just seem to be playing very cautious rugby, keeping it very simple, forcing the mistakes from Kenya, and when they get any chance, they're trying to get those points. And let's see what Koopman has to offer. this time round. A brilliant kick, but he misses it. Just veers off slightly off the right hand upright. And that's an animated Kenya coach, Curtis Olago, trying to belt out instructions to his technical team on the touchline. It's Kenya with a 22 drop. It's Wainaina with the ball. Takes it nice, long and deep. Klazen from Namibia returns the favor. Good fielding by Kenya. And Farhan Juma at the back for Kenya there with a big boot. And a mistake there by the Namibia number 9, Kotse. And Farhan Juma getting Kenya into the Namibian half. And Kenya, for the umpteenth time, have another chance to break this Namibian defense. The lineouts have not been favorable to Kenya. Hopefully they can get it right this time. It's Michael Dwar. And they do. And that's a big drive from the Kenyan boys, driving back the Namibian pack. Just outside the 22. Wainaina has his hands on the ball. Mbogo, Farhan, Wamalwa. Oh, just that last pass again, letting down Kenya. And Rafael Wanga couldn't hold on to it and knocks on. And once again, Namibia are off the hook.
Anxious moments for everybody, and it looks as though the Kenyans will be making an early replacement here. Typical of Curtis Olago, not one to let things slide. And is the man in shirt number 19, Jackton Omondi. He will be replacing Stanislaus Shikoli, who cuts the figure of a disappointed man as he makes his way onto the bench.
Yeah, very early substitution. It looks like Shikoli has gone to the side. He's on the flank there.
Is the captain Kipsang, who slots into the second row.
Yeah, Kipsang plays his rugby for Kenya Harlequins. Had a stellar season and will be familiar with the position. He is a lock at the club. Let's see if Jackton Omondi can add some firepower to this Kenyan side. We've gone a bit flat after the first 15 minutes. That's Kotse for Namibia with a put-in. Klazen once again putting the ball way down Kenya's half.
That was Rafael Wanga carrying the ball forward, but the Namibians have been committed on defense as you're coming towards the close of the half. Ayman Jirji calls the infringement against Namibia. It is a penalty for Kenya. That is Wambugu looking for territory. Well, Eddie Wambugu does have a sure boot, more so when he's looking for territory. It's just unfortunate that he was unable to drill that kick between the sticks. But on the other hand, his opposite number, Ethan Koopman, giving him a run for his money, has been a solid display from both number 10s.
Mike O'Dowell needs to get the line out right to complement the good kicking.
Commentators curse striking again as we're coming towards the close of the first half. Nerves galore, I think, in the Kenyan camp. Composure, on the other hand, for the Namibians. It remains 3-0 in this arm wrestle at the Nyayo National Stadium. Another big kick fielded by Wanga. This is Alan, not Alan Wanga, but Rafael Wanga.
You got tongue twister there. Alan Wanga is a former Kenya football international. Michael, you are forgiven this time.
And he's played so many times at this venue. And it is the Kenyans driving forward. That was a ball being kept alive. Raymond Chacha. Well, Kenyans drawing another penalty off of the Namibians. This time, I think the communication between Wainaina and Wambugu is to look for, well, they're going for points. Wainaina had called for a territorial kick, but Eddie Wambugu backs himself with his boot. Will be looking to add points to the board.
As we get to the closing stages of the first half, Wambugu would be looking to put in this and level the points on the scoreboard for Kenya.
Wambugu cuts a figure of communication. Once again, he is not sure with that kick. Curtis Olago cuts the figure of a desolate man in the coaching booth.
I wouldn't want to be one of the players in his changing room at halftime.
Renowned for the hair dryer treatment. Meanwhile, Ryan Delap, former Namibia scrum half, obviously barking instructions, but looking a lot more at ease. You almost think that he's in his home balcony, just urging the neighbors to cut down the noise. This is Faran Juma, carries that ball past the halfway line. Strong legs from the Kenyan fullback. But is this the smartest thing to do against the imposing Namibian forwards? Ball is on the floor. It is secured by Karsten. Jirji calling for the handling error.
Well, and it's another mistake by Kenya.
Just catch a glimpse of the fans here. Some engaging in prayer. Seeking divine intervention for their side. That's a kick downfield from William Klassen, fielded by Ido Kuta. Well, that looks like a scene from a mugging in a Nairobi street corner than a game of rugby. Eddie Wambugu looks for territory, but Charlie, the Kenyans have struggled with their line out.
Yeah, it's just been a pity. I mean, how many times have we seen them down here in this part of the field and not able to execute that line out? It's a sorry sight. to say the least, and hoping that they can get it right now. Just give them some sort of foundation to stage some form of attack, something they really need, especially if they want to go up with their tails up high, back into that changing room. So Dwar with the line out.
Ball is claimed in the air. Kenyans looking to enter the Namibian 22. Algirji calls the penalty for the Kenyans. Well, the line out isn't working, the kicks at goal aren't working. Probably thinking this will be the final play of the half. But the Kenyans still have William Otondi on the bench. Pacey back rower started the game against Uganda. Will he be one of the changes that could turn the tide for Kenya against Namibia, who currently lead by 3 points to 0 in this semi-final? The ball claimed by Kipsang. The Kenyans looking to maul the defense from Namibia. This is a big drive from the Kenyans. Try line is in sight, but the Namibians are throwing bodies there, still kept alive. Wainaina, this is Wambugu, cutting past his man and scoring under the posts. They've knocked at the Namibian door, and finally they open the door. They send the crowd into rapture here at the Nyayo National Stadium.
Brilliant, brilliant individual player there by Wambugu. The Kenyans were patient there in the maul. Looked like they had lost it and butchered that chance, but the ball fell out there. And Wambugu, one-on-one with his defender, found the gap and found himself under the posts. Kenya 5, Namibia 3.
And Wambugu converts to take the score to 7-3. Let's just see that again. Wambugu, the shimmy. And fly halves always do that. And once he found himself in space, I mean, it was open and right into the Namibian sitting room.
Yes, he left Koopman there for dead. His opposite number 10, and got under the sticks. Wow. In what was pretty much a start-stop first half, Wambugu lights up this place, lights up the stadium. At least there's some life now, and Kenya can go back into that changing room in the lead.
And the home fans definitely in full voice as the hooter sounds for halftime. The ball claimed by the Kenyans. That is Raymond Chacha playing with a renewed vigor, and Wambugu booting that ball out into touch. Ladies and gentlemen, it is halftime. What a half it has been. 7-3 to the Kenyans. We will catch you on the other side of halftime.
Y254. Imagine.
What's up my people, ni Kendralbis.
Mambo vipi? My name is Kalandu Musimi.
Nasema kila Jumatatu.
Right here on Y254. This is Y Mashariki Live.
Na kisha kwamba tunakupa burudani ya muziki ya kizazi kipya and the one and two ambaye anasababisha yote ni DJ Tieska.
And of course kwenye dondoo tunakupa all the entertaining news from Dar to Kampala hadi hapa Nairobi.
Usicheze mbali na kitenzo mbali.
See ya.
Yeah.
There's no better way to start your morning other than waking up to some great conversation with your favorite morning gang only on Y in the Morning.
Seeing myself on TV and just watching a really young person on television that made me want to be on television.
We cover and bring you the very best of TV programming, from political discussions, mantuk, entrepreneurship. We shine the light on sport and tech with a fantastic segment on entertainment.
If you're creative and you want to start, I'd say diversify, be on multiple platforms.
It's a whole new world of great conversations, fanfare, and laughter to kickstart your morning. Life can be handful with its ups and downs, highs and lows.
I went to, now for the dowry negotiation.
Yes.
The dad refused me to go to their home.
We give a voice to teach.
When somebody says, I do, basically at this point is when now the real you begins to come out.
Inspire.
You know, like, I had totally lost it.
Stories that inspire you to greatness.
And the voice of God spoke to me, and I knew that that was the voice of God, and God told me, I'm calling you to ministry.
Right.
I was like, what?
Yes. It's all about achievement, picking yourself up, and making a difference.
Ikabidi nisome na nikaanza kuwa namba 15, namba 8, namba 3, na nikakuwa nambari 1 na nikaenda University of Nairobi.
It's a discussion you should never miss, right here on The Nest.
What it do, beautiful people? I'm your girl Ivy Colette.
And I go by the name the lyrical DJ Sweet K.
And this is Tano Kali on Y254.
Every Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
If you want to catch an amazing local or international artist, this is the place to be. And I have a fun guest for you every other week.
And of course, I have a challenge for 2 areas. That's head to head. But make sure it's all about good music all along.
Tune in to kickstart your Friday vibes.
Stay tuned.
It's all about real life situations.
Get out of toxic things and toxic people that will hurt you more.
Yes, the screen is uncomfortable, but that 5 minutes could have saved my life.
With personalities making a difference.
Comedy is all about freedom
and concentration.
Yes. Where your scars do not define you.
Give her
Access.
Give him access to a phone.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Ram Maguko. This is Pod.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Tune in to Y254 TV.
This is Rock Gospel.
We're enjoying the karaoke.
They call me the only general of Fulimboko.
I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you ain't. Turn a vibe on my wave. I'm on top of my game. I'm on my wave, yeah.
I go by the name Janet Michaels.
The vows go unbroken.
Tupatane kila Saturday. Karaoke live on Y254.
Don't give up on your yeah. Love comes to those who believe it.
This is the place to be.
I go. Attention, Kiasi.
Friends of JC Circle, as we rise, we are not leaving you behind.
Umeamka fiti weka tik. Kauna pumua weka tik.
Yo, and such great mixes of your favorite songs as requested by you. Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m.
And let us grow together in Christ only
on JC Circle.
With me, Miriam Masava.
Nix the President is my name.
Right here
on Y254.
Y254. Imagine.
Speakers of Namibia receiving Kenya.
If they can do that and get settled quickly and keep Namibia on the back foot.
And this is the try scorer, Wambugu. Another big kick. Remember, we praised him for his territorial kicking, obviously causing problems there for Manfred Gareb, who eventually fields the ball. He is on the chase. And that was casual from Wambugu. Gareb goes over. What a response from Namibia. The commentators cursed, striking, just as we were singing the praises of Wambugu. 8-7 to Namibia.
Just the start Kenya didn't want to end the start. Namibia do a mistake there from Wambugu, spilling the ball. And Gorab pounces on that error. Just had his eye on the ball and took it off at the last minute. Wambogo there. And Gora pounces it and goes over the white line to get Namibia to 8 points. Kenya 7. The Kenya team will need to regroup quickly. Koopman for Namibia, trying to add the extras. The kick is successful there by Koopman and gives Namibia a 3-point lead. That sort of cancelled out Kenya's try late in the first half. The Kenyans will be looking to restart now and get off to a better start than they just did.
And this is Wambugu with another kick down there. It is not immediately fielded by the Namibians. Kenyans arriving in numbers. They have claimed possession. Is this an opportunity for a response? This is Raymond Chacha driving forward, but he is slowed down by Karsten. Wainaina has men in support, bringing in Kipsang. The dummy driving forward there from Kipsang. This is Etale. Eugene Etale beats 2 defenders. Will look to release the ball, which he does. Wainaina. Kenyans once again attacking through James Sasanga. This is Jackton Omondi. A lot more furious possession from the Kenyans, and then the handling error killing their momentum. The nerves, I must say, already crept into the Kenyans, and they must manage that. For Namibia, they must keep their composure and know when to strike, which is what they're doing.
These young men at this level need to up their concentration levels. Mistakes in critical parts of the pitch could cost them a place in the final, where they will take on a very, very impressive Zimbabwe, defending champions of the Under-20 Barthes Cup. Namibia get the put in. They'll be definitely looking to test that Kenyan back 3 again after that mistake.
It remains an open contest. The Kenyans driving forward. They do have the Namibians on the back foot. This is Ido Kuta. That looked dangerous from the Namibians, but the referee hasn't called it. A tad too much power from the bulking Namibian front row. This is James Sasanga, as the Kenyans looking to force their way into the Namibian 22. Gaylord Ngasi.
Referee's playing advantage.
This is Michael Dwar. Some power from the Kenyan front row there. The dummy from Wainaina is looking promising for the Kenyans. The Namibians on the back foot. Kenyans looking for a response. Raymond Chacha just taking out his man. Men arriving in numbers. A chip downfield. Remember, the referee has been playing the advantage. Penalty to Kenya.
It's a much better patient play from Kenya. Just building up the phases, gaining ground slowly, and forcing the mistakes from Namibia. And this gives them an opportunity to attack, and they go for the line out.
Well, this one proving to be a good old cup tie. Has everything that you need. Kipsang is sure with that You see it, and a big drive from the Kenyan forwards. Resilience from the Namibians, but the Kenyans continue to push the Namibians back. This is Wainaina, has men in support. This is Wambugu, dances past one, dances past two. He is stopped literally on the Namibian try line. This is Felix Chacha, goes over the whitewash. Felix Chacha Masega, Kenya's second try. And they retake the lead, 12-10. We do have a contest here at the Nyayo National Stadium.
That's exactly what Kenya needed to get back into the game. Build some of their confidence. Strong, powerful carry there by the number 12, Chacha Masega. The forwards doing all the hard work, laying down the platform. And Chacha goes over. Kenya 12, Namibia 10.
Eddie Wambugu is sure with the conversion. Kenya have a 4-point lead over Namibia, but Charlie, we do have almost 33 minutes to play in the second half. It should be an entertaining 33 minutes.
Yes, it definitely will be. Let's see what Namibia can come back with. Kenyans will be looking to retain this ball.
The advantage remains with the Kenyans from the restart. Kenyans with their tails up, but they will need to maintain their composure and their focus. So will Namibia. 4 points is hardly a lead to be comfortable with. This is Wainaina attacking down that left flank. But Raphael Wanga failed to read his intentions. The handling error sees Namibia in possession. The referee is playing the advantage. The ball carried forward by Theo Lintveld. This is Amand Kotzi with the exit play into the waiting arms of Farhan Juma. Big kick downfield. It is fielded by Divan Stein. Divan Stein beats one man. He has men in support, but he is slowed down by Jackson Omondi. The Kenyans is stealing the ball. This is Wambugu. The crowd is alive at the Nyayo Stadium. But the handling error killing that momentum, Charlie.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff there. Namibia gaining loads of ground on Kenya. And Jackson Omondi turning over the ball. The Kenyans could not capitalize on the counter-attack, and that last pass just goes to ground.
We do have a Namibian player on the floor as the Kenyans huddle.
Laban Kipsang, the captain, just rallying the troops.
That was the moment the Kenyans forced the turnover, but it's also the moment the Namibian player went to the floor, and everything captured there by our director, including the handling error that saw the Kenyans cede possession to the Namibians.
Still a very start-stop game. Both sides haven't settled in. 10 minutes into the second half. I guess it's part and parcel of knockout rugby.
And the Kenyans are penalized. Is a moment for Namibia to gain some forward ball. Remember last year's semi-final ended 16-5 to Namibia. It was equally a close contest.
Namibians with the line out just outside Kenya's 22.
And that is certainly prime real estate for the Namibians if they get it right, which they do. That is Kotsi. Jaronda driving forward for Namibia. This is a rare foray into the Kenyan half for the Namibians. Kotsi once again. Bringing in Jaronda. The ball. Kenyans looked to have forced the turnover, but they are instead penalized by Ayman Jirji.
That's Jackton Omondi, who was brought in the first half. Definitely having an impact on this game. Really brave substitution to make one early in the first half. It seems to be paying off for Kenya.
Laban Kipsang was given a bit of a dress down there by Jirji ahead of the penalty, which will be taken by the Namibian number 10, Ethan Koopman. A sizable crowd in Nairobi on a Wednesday evening, amidst the traffic, amidst people working. However, let's focus on this kick by Ethan Koopman. Koopman's kick is accurate, cuts the deficit to 1 point. Everything to play for. Current scores 13-14. It is Namibia on 13 points, Kenya 14. Still have about half an hour to play.
Namibia 10.
Still anyone's game. Hard to guess which way this one will go. It's been a topsy-turvy affair.
That's Wambugu with a kick deep to Namibian territory. The Namibians returning the favor. Faran Juma has men in support. That is Wambugu. Victor Odhiambo places that ball on the floor. It's kept alive, and this is Ido Kuta. That was some brilliant footwork from the back row. Wainaina, but the Namibians caught offside. A lucky break for the Kenyans though. And inevitably they called for the kicking tee. They go for goal.
Kenya now have a chance to cancel out the 3 points just slotted in by Koopman. Wainaina with the responsibility to get Kenya another 3 points and build the gap to 4 points.
Sure with that attempt, extending the lead for Kenya to 4 points. Kenya 17, Namibia 13. It certainly is a great game, this one here at the Nyayo National Stadium.
definitely going to come down to the team that takes its chances. It's Namibia once again with the restart. Koopman goes deep. Kuta with the ball. Big carry from Kuta. Gains a good 15 meters.
And that kick and the bounce. Oh. Victor Vyambo was in space, but Talent Gandiwa obviously calling the decision. And I'm sure there will be consultation between assistant referee Talent Gandiwa and center referee Ayman Georgie. Well, the Namibians are reduced to 14 men for the next 10 minutes, and it is a penalty to the Kenyans for that indiscretion, and probably an opportunity for the Kenyans to take advantage of that one-man deficit. And it is their vital cog in midfield, Owen Hawanga. He was a part of the Namibian squad that played in last year's competition and lost in the final. And it is an attacking line out for the Kenyans inside the Namibian 22, but they have to get their line out right. Laban Kipsang barely just loses that one. Advantage Namibia. And the Dubai Exiles under 13 team watching this game on the live stream, sure that you are enjoying the action. They were in Nairobi last week for a clinic with Kenya Harlequin, and they certainly took back many memories, and they are watching this game and certainly enjoying every piece of the match.
Kenya, they're once again missing a chance to breach the Namibian line. Gives Namibia the chance to clear their lines.
The ball is out in the loose. It is looking dangerous. The ball grounded. The referee awards the try. Well, talk about pouncing when you must. An opportunistic try, but a try nonetheless.
Referee just wants to consult on this one. Not too sure about the grounding.
Well,
oh, it looks like
the ball wasn't grounded.
Looks like he might reverse this decision. He's having a word with the two captains, Lospa and Kipsang.
Well, no try, but it is a scrum down for the Kenyans right on the Namibian 5. Remember, the Namibians are playing with a man down. Let's just see this whole moment of play. Ball went out. It was grounded by the Namibian number 8, I believe. And that is why he is awarding the 5-meter scrum. Let's just see that once again.
Wow.
Well, inconclusive. And unfortunately, we don't have the benefit of more camera angles, but the referee making the decision that he deems best. The Kenyans will be patient with this one. And this is James Asanga, is driven back by the Namibians. Michael Dwar running straight into contact. Received that ball almost at standstill, but not Raymond Chacha. Takes two men to bring him down. Wainaina. This is Eugene Etale, big Eugene Etale, slowed down once again by the Namibians. They are committed in defense. This is Wainaina, the cheeky scrum half, finding himself in a spot of bother.
Namibian defense this time holding strong.
Advantage still with the Kenyans. What do you do? Do you go for the three here, Charlie, or do you tap and go?
Well, if it is a Kenyan penalty, which I think is called a scrum down, you definitely go for the three.
And Patrick Wainaina cuts a figure of calm and composure. Probably one of the steadying influences in that backline alongside Eddie Wambugu.
Definitely. They've really been a thorn in the flesh for this Namibian side. The Kenyans with their tails up. They have a scrum down. Smack on the Namibian 5-yard. We'll be looking to make this count.
As Namibia ringing the changes in the front row. Matthew Quinn is on in the back row for Namibia. Johan Brockman is also off in the front row for Namibia. This is Kenyan feed from this scrum down. Slow and steady drive. This is Wainaina. Wainaina plays it out wide. Faran Juma. Wambugu. Victor Odhiambo is slowed down but keeps possession for the Kenyans. Kuta, Ido Kuta carries that ball close to the try line. Men still arriving. Raymond Chacha, the Namibians defending in pods. This is Felix Chacha. Another contest going on. Jackton Omondi goes over the whitewash. That try has been a long time coming. Jackton Omondi scoring Kenya's third try.
Jackton Omondi. Jackton Omondi, why do I feel it's not the last time we'll be hearing about him? It's been a masterstroke by the coach to bring him in early in the first half. Kenya really being patient with the ball. And Jackton Omondi finally going over the white line to give Kenya an extra 5 points.
Certainly, as we head into the business end, this will be a very crucial score, and also the last 20 minutes will be worth looking forward to. But let's follow this kick by Patrick Wainaina. Wainaina is sure with the conversion. takes the score to 24-13, an 11-point margin for the Kenyans.
That's a big, big score for Kenya. It's Namibia. Must score at least twice. Kenya leading 24-13. 20 to go.
As a slight drizzle pours over the Nyayo National Stadium, it will be composure needed from both sides. That contest for the ball was messy, but eventually cleaned up by the referee, who calls for the advantage for Kenya. It was the initial handling error by the Namibian 5, Theo Lindveld. This is Wainaina with the scrum feed. He certainly has been influential for the Kenyans this afternoon. Referee JG just wants order between both sets of forwards.
Kenya will just need to be very composed now. Just do the simple things right. Get the ball down in Namibia's half. Try and pin them down there and force some mistakes. And keep this Namibian side from playing any rugby.
I remember 19 minutes is a long time. Namibia need to score 12 points, and that could easily come from 2 tries and 1 conversion. And they certainly do have everything to play for as well. Namibia losing finalists in 2022 and in 2019. They do have the advantage. And remember, this is a good old cup contest. They just need to keep in touch.
Big, big, big scrum there by the Namibians. Getting the better of the Kenyan forwards. And gives them a chance now to go for the line out, where they would want to put some points and close this gap on Kenya. Still anybody's game, Michael?
Definitely, and with the Namibians, they do have the attacking impetus, they do have the attacking line out. Remember, a converted try restores the deficit back to 4 points. How fickle this game can be should the teams continue exchanging points. Is claimed from the line out. The Namibians will have to be disciplined here, and they are keeping their composure. They have the Kenyans on the back foot. The ball is on the floor, but it's still Namibia. And that is Hawanga back on the field of play, looking to make amends for his indiscretions. Namibia camping in the Kenyan 5. This is Kutse. Ayman Jirji penalizes the Kenyans. This is Koopman looking for territory. Just feel that the Namibians will be looking to walk this one home.
The Kenyans did well in the previous one, stopping that maul. Let's see what they can do this time round. They're 5 out.
Well, that one was messy from the Namibians. The Kenyans benefiting from the turnover. The boot of Wambugu will be critical here. That's a big kick downfield. Does it find touch? I don't think it will, but the bounce is difficult for Nicholas Trump. He still feels it, running into his own man, but is that called? Yes, it is. The accidental offside is called. Charlie, the nerves beginning to creep into the previously high school Namibians.
Yes, Kenyans with their tails up. You can see Wainaina rallying the troops there. The Kenyans will just need to remain composed as the rain pours down here at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. This is the Under-20 Barthes Cup, where the winner will go on to play Zimbabwe, the defending champions, in the final on Sunday. It's Kenya 24, Namibia 13. It's a scrum to Kenya, just outside their 22. Mbugu will be looking to put this down the field. Hopefully get some grass. Big scrum there by the Namibians.
The ball is claimed by Wainaina. The Namibians are now knocking furiously on the Kenyan door.
Yeah, they seem to have the better of that Kenyan scrum, driving those Kenyans back. Not for the first time. They'll need to get something out of this, and quickly. The Namibians, if they want to come out victorious.
This is Kotsi. He has been influential for Namibia as the Namibian forwards look to get the better of their Kenyan counterparts. Koopman bringing in Hawanga, brought to the floor but still presents it. Time is ticking here at the Nyayo National Stadium. The light drizzle making for a tense finish. That is Kistings Minyoi. 2 more meters gained forward for Namibia. Kotsi as the Namibians attack down that channel to the left side of the pitch. Are we bracing ourselves for another photo finish? The dummy from big prop Herman Kotsi. It is difficult to bring him down, but he's on the floor eventually. And this is Koopman, the big kick downfield. As it bounced, that was clever, but he is let down by the bounce of the rugby ball. Well, this is an entertaining game of rugby, Charlie.
Yeah, mistake there by Koopman. He was just trying to find some play, trying to get the ball behind the Kenyan back three. Miss kick there, a little too long, and he kicks it straight out into touch. The Kenyans get the chance to attack from a line out, just inside their half.
And that is Eugene Etale making his way off the field of play. We will confirm who has replaced him. Michael Dwar with the line out through. The Kenyans struggling again. And that is big Herman Kotsi beginning to see a lot more of the ball for the Namibians. Another storming run there, but a crunching tackle. The Kenyans have forced the turnover. No, they haven't. They are penalized. A steady rain beginning to pour here at the Nyayo National Stadium. There's a penalty in front of the post. What do Namibia do? Do they go for territory? Do they go for the three?
I think at this stage of the game, they'll need to go for the line out and attempt to go for the try. Just a little over 10 minutes to go. Remember, they need to score twice. They are going for the line out. Their third attempt, deep into the Kenyan half. The Kenyan defense has stood strong.
The Namibians continuing to drive forward. That's a big run from Edward Drotsky. This is Hawanga. It takes 3 men to stop him and then bring him down. Namibia with all the momentum. They are chasing this game. The chip behind. Koopman definitely knows how to milk a penalty, and he does exactly that.
I feel that was just a wrong option there by Koopman. Running out of ideas. Needs to be a bit more patient. And the gaps will open up. But then again, Namibia have another chance with another penalty. 10 out from Kenya's try line. They call for the scrum. Does Kenya have a man down? Play will be stopped there for a minute as the Kenyan player gets attended to. That's Farhan Juma, who plays his rugby for Kenya Harlequins. Seems to have taken a knock there. Hopefully not too serious. Just under 9 minutes to go in this second semi-final of the Under-20 Barthes Cup. The winner takes on Namibia on Sunday, where they'll be playing not only to be the champions of the Barthes Cup 2023, but also qualify for the Junior World Rugby Trophy, which will be held in July in Nairobi, Kenya. Juma's back up.
The Ministry of Youth Affairs, Arts and Sports, Rugby Africa, Nairobi County, Hela, AFE, TVMS, and World Flair. And don't forget you, the fans.
The Juma comes off.
Thank you so much. A big thank you. A big round of applause to yourselves.
Looks like an injury to his shoulder.
Ladies and gentlemen, you the real MVPs. Thank you.
And Namibia get the put in.
Well, precious little left here at the Nyayo National Stadium, Charlie. Everything to play for. The Namibians are penalized for early engagement, and that definitely is respite for the Kenyans, who have been on the course for the past 6 or so minutes. They hold an 11-point lead over Namibia. And the winner of this game gets to play Zimbabwe in Sunday's final at this venue. And that's a big kick downfield from Eddie Wambugu. More territory gained for the Kenyans.
This is a complete opposite of what was happening in the first half, where Kenya had all the territory and was struggling to execute and make it count. Same thing happening now to Namibia. And Kenya will be wanting to win this line out and just buy more time as the clock ticks down. Line out's good.
That is claimed by Gaylord Ngasi. The Fenes Ombwanga is on for Patrick Wainaina. He's actually on for Eddie Wambugu in the Kenyan halfback pairing. Farhan Juma has been taken off the field of play and into the changing room. He is injured, and we will confirm the extent of his injury later on. Time continues to tick here at the Nyayo National Stadium. 11 points separating the two teams. We're heading into the final moments of the half. That wasn't the best of executions from the line out. The Namibians claiming it on the loose, driving forward once again. And then the ball is spilled to the floor by Kistings Minyoe, being driven back. The referee playing the advantage. The ball is with Kenya in possession. This is Gaylord Ngasi. It's good movement from the Kenyans, but eventually the handling error costing Kenya that forward momentum.
Well, mistakes galore.
The driver to the ambassador of Uganda, the Ferrari coach to where he parked.
We have another scrum. Namibia put in. They're just outside their 22. Be interesting what they look to do here. They'll need to really take the game to Kenya now if they want to come out of this victorious.
The ball is out to play, and this is Koopman. Another big kick downfield. Victor Odhiambo is back home. Cuts a figure of composure and then looking to turn on the gas. You do know that he's got some jet shoes on him. Flung to the ground, but keeps possession for Kenya. Zombwanga, Ido Kuta has been a busy player for Kenya in the back row this afternoon. Wainaina has slotted into the number 10 position. The ball fielded by Trump. Koopman will be looking to return the favor, which he does.
50-22? Nope. Well, referee overrules the AR. And they are line out to Kenya. Just over 4 minutes to go. Kenya with the line out just outside the Namibia 22.
Ayman Ejiri has been in charge of this game this afternoon. Game that has been played in good spirit, in good cheer. Has been a passionate contest between the two sides. And definitely a fitting end to match day 2, which saw a total of 4 matches played, starting with that 14-11 win for Cote d'Ivoire in the 5th place semi-final against Madagascar. And then we saw Zambia stun Uganda 21-13 before Zimbabwe steamrolled Tunisia 66 in the first of the semi-finals. This second semi-final has been a close contest. Both teams giving everything and still within range even as time continues to tick away at the Nyayo Stadium.
Kenya get the put in at the scrum. I don't see any way back now for Namibia.
Certainly as time continues to tick away, they need to score 12 unanswered points in the remaining 3 or so minutes, but it could still happen. Never say never. A try, 2 tries and a conversion. Certainly not impossible, but they need to have the ball. They need to have territory as well.
That's Obwanga with the put in for Kenya.
Odhiambo keeping his feet as the Namibians were looking to force the turnover. Obwanga once again. Wambugu. Well, actually that's Wainaina.
And he also kicks it too long. He goes straight out. And Namibia get another chance to attack.
And this is Edward Drotsky with the line-out throw for the Namibians. Not the best of deliveries fielded by Mbwanga. Wanga now in possession. The famous Mbwanga from the Catholic monks. Well, you'd think he was digging in a gold mine for that ball. Eventually he gets it, plays it to Ido Kuta. Another high and hanging kick fielded by Trump, and I believe that Wainaina and Trump could do that all day long. Kenyans on the back foot as Namibia go in search of points. It's a big tackle from Gaylord Ngasi, but Namibia still driving forward, looking to close out this game on a high. Kotze, Hawanga, and attacking down that flank is Keenan January, who came on as an early replacement for Nati van Ransberg. Minyoe. This is big Johannes Hasselman. Well, the advantage is with Kenya.
Kenyan defense there holding strong. And surely Kenya will be playing in the final against Zimbabwe. One step better from last year.
Indeed, the hooter has sounded here at the Nyayo National Stadium. The crowd breaks into a frenzy.
This will be the last play. Kenya's put in at the scrum down. Kenya will be looking to kick this ball out. Mbwanga puts it in. Oh wow, turnover there by Namibia. And there's a drop ball. Referee says play on. Namibian still attacking, looking for some consolation. Kenyan defense line very strong there. Namibians up for the kick. Definitely the wrong option. It's kicked out of play there by Mbwanga. And that's it. The referee blows his final whistle from the Nyayo National Stadium. It's Kenya 24, Namibia 13. The joy on the Kenyan faces tells us they'll be taking on Zimbabwe on Sunday in the final of the Under-20 Barthes Cup.
Zimbabwe taking on the Kenya Under-20. Catch you guys, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday.
It was a brilliant display. Namibia will be back to play Tunisia in the third and fourth before that highly awaited final between Kenya and Zimbabwe. And that's it from today from the Nyayo National Stadium, Nairobi. We'll catch you on Sunday.
Everybody working behind the scenes to make sure that these fixture was successful. We thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Special mention to our CS, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts. Thank you so much for the CS for the support towards Kenya Rugby Union. We are hopeful that will continue as we continue in the rugby calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an entertaining affair. Very, very entertaining affair between the two sides, Kenya and Namibia. Big thank you to everybody who's made their way to Nyayo National Stadium. Congratulations to the winning sides, the losing sides, commiserations, and of course, see you on Sunday as you battle it out. Namibia will be taking on Tunisia. Zambia will be taking on Ivory Coast. And with that game, just to let you know that the Zimbabwe under 20 side have automatically qualified.
Y254. Imagine.
Each and every Wednesday, we'll let you know about what is buzzing in the entertainment scene. From gossip, like I always say,